Dan Hubbard from the National Business Aviation Association joins us now. Dan, what were you thinking when you were listening to the president yesterday?
Well, thanks for having me. And I was thinking what the emails that have now overflown my inbox are telling me, which is, look, this is a president who either doesn't know or simply doesn't care what all's involved in business aviation, which is the manufacture and the use of these airplanes for business all across the United States. I mean, this is an industry that employs 1.2 million people. It generates about $150 billion a year in economic activity for the country. The companies that use it are mostly flying into towns and communities that have little or no airline service, and that helps those companies keep jobs in those locations and even grow jobs in those locations. And we thought that in this very difficult economic environment that this would be the kind of great American industry that this president would not only want to support, but that he would champion. And so, as you can imagine, we were absolutely incredulous.
What is the cost in terms of the workers in the general aviation business of this kind of tax hike?
Well, Larry, the cost potentially could be huge. And what's even more damaging is the rhetoric. After the auto execs came to town at the end of 2008, beginning of 2009, the rhetoric out of the White House and some other politicians severely damaged this industry. We had to lay off over 20,000 workers, and our workforce is already suffering, and where we are suffering the most is in domestic aircraft sales. So when you attack our customers, you attack the manufacturers, and we're trying to put people back to work, and this is an extremely fragile time.
Ed Bolin represents companies that own private airplanes. He says they're being unjustly vilified, that corporations use private jets to do business in hard-to-get-to cities, and that dissuading companies from purchasing the planes will cost jobs.
These are products that are manufactured in the United States, maintained in the United States, and as any small-town mayor will tell you, are critical to the future of a lot of our small towns and rural communities without good airline service.
We employ 1.2 million people in business aviation. We put $150 billion into the economy, and we promote a positive balance of trade.